Hi everyone, good morning. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. So happy that you're here today with me. I thank you for being here, wherever you are in the world. You know, I was looking at a map the other day of where we are in this world, and we're all over 150 countries. Of course, we have a lot of women in the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, and the English-speaking countries in Europe. And it's really an amazing, eclectic group. I think we stretch from age probably in the 40s to 70s, 80s, 90s. And so we have a very diverse group. But I welcome you all here, wherever you are in the world, and I share with you my cup of tea. I'm actually having this morning, I'm just dropping things, some lemongrass tea. And I think I've mentioned lemongrass to you before. It's kind of, I discovered it when I was in Bali, and it's a herbal tea. Well, a lemongrass is a plant, and it's kind of a green tea, musky, herbal taste, but it's super good for you and very refreshing. So on a hot day, it's perfect. So what I wanted to share today was, just a sense of what we do in our 60s and 70s beyond should, in my opinion, be based on our passions. You know, what we love to do, what we want to do with our lives. And for me, it's, being free to do what I want and to travel. Those are my big passions, and of course to be with you guys and experience this journey in our 60s. But for me, I love the water. So from cruising and being on the water is really of interest to me. I think it probably got started with my cruising career when I was about 8 years old. We traveled from England to Canada, and I don't know quite where we ended up in Canada, but we traveled on the Queen Elizabeth. Yes, the original Queen Elizabeth. I think she's moored somewhere now as a relic. But it was a beautiful ship. But, just for me as a child, it was a huge experience. And I just kind of got to love the sea and always felt comfortable on the water. But I haven't done a lot of cruising. I've done some cruising with Viking, which has been amazing. And also I did a Holland America cruise many years ago. But, for me, it's always an exploration into new places every day. You wake up and there you are in a new port. So cruising is great. And a lot of people are considering it, but maybe don't want to go alone or just feel a little bit uncertain about some things. So I chatted with a very good travel guide. Her name is Nancy Perraud. And we did a chat about the 10 things really that can take the stress out of cruising, and I wanted to share those with you. And the article is really useful that goes with this. Just check it out because there's lots of links, and you kind of need, in my opinion, a lot of resources when you're planning a cruise. So, first thing, read the fine print before you sign the contract. Do read the fine print. A lot of cruise companies will provide things free of charge. Others will be add-ons, and don't make any assumptions. A lot will, of course, the pricing is always something that we look for when we're choosing a cruise or any travel, but be careful that there's not hidden costs that you weren't expecting. It's really important. And also check to make sure you understand the cancellation and refund policies. Because if things can happen, you want to be sure that you've got an option to get out of it. And if you're not needing that kind of cover or that kind of security, then you're fine to go ahead. But just be sure you understand the contract. That's the first thing. And as you go on the boat and things start unfolding, it will all make sense. But you always want to be sure in advance that no surprises. Another thing is to buy travel insurance. Now, most cruise ships will offer travel insurance of their own, but it's always a good idea, in my opinion, and in Nancy's, to actually have your own travel insurance, and for lots of reasons. But trip delay, trip cancellation is probably like a basic one that you want to make sure you have. But then think about it carefully, because if you've got anything going on in your family that could result in you needing to cancel or pull out, maybe you've got someone you're looking after or a child or just anything that you think could cause a problem, maybe you need to consider what Nancy calls, I think it's called unlimited or cancel for any reason, CFAR coverage, cancel for any reason. And of course, this is expensive and you need to be aware of that. But it's far cheaper to get out of a contract like that, with this kind of insurance policy, than it is if you just have to give it all up and in order to be home. So that's an important thing. The other thing that Nancy says, which I always do this, and I don't have that many valuables, but always leave your valuables at home. If you've got a ring that even looks like a valuable ring, because I've got some rings that are fake rings and they still look really lovely. So leave those at home. Anything that you think might be of interest to a thief. Because it's not just, the boat is usually very secure, but when you get off on shore, they're used to the cruise people coming in. They know that you're wandering around and you don't know where you're going. You look lost, and unfortunately, you can be taken advantage of. So leave all your valuables at home. And of course, money. Carry a money pouch, and there's all these other just general travel tips. But with cruising, just be aware that you're a little bit exposed when you get off that boat in a port. It's just an important thing to be aware of. Another thing is, Nancy suggests this, and so do lots of other people that I've noticed, is bring a carry-on bag. When you go to the boat to check in, they take your luggage and off it goes, and maybe a few hours later it will appear in your room. But sometimes there's mistakes and delays, so always take your carry-on bag, and make sure that your carry-on bag has got your medicines, your important papers, prescriptions, anything that you really don't want to lose. Because if your luggage gets lost, and it doesn't happen often, I've never had it happen, touch wood, to me, but just be careful. And also she advises a swimsuit and a book, and just in case your luggage is delayed, you can go to the pool. Just jump in the pool or sit by the poolside and read a book. So in your carry-on bag, maybe a little pair of slippers, or just something, a little snack or two, something that you can get by with, while you're waiting for your bags, and for your check bag. Another thing that she says is this is the big thing, isn't it? What to pack, what clothes to wear. And the idea, of course, is to build multiple outfits around basic pieces. So it's an idea to choose a color that is your neutral color. Black is always mine, but it could be navy, it could be brown, or even khaki, like neutral, a green color, whatever you like. Choose a few basic pieces, pants, top, jacket, in those basic colors. And trust me, no one's going to notice if you're wearing the same pants for like 3 days in a row. If you do something fun with your accessories or your scarves, some sort of something to put some color around those basic black, and just choose a color scheme for the day. Now mine is usually peaches and pinks and cool colors, purples. I love those colors for the day, and that's, I take maybe 4 or 5 tops, and I do honestly only take a couple of pants. Maybe I'll take a dress. I've got a dress I bought in Bali that I really like. You can put a little top in underneath it, and it's very versatile. So maybe one little dress, but keep it in that color family. And then for the evening, the secret, of course, is just getting a few little necklaces, just things that are going to pop and be a conversation piece, a brooch, a scarf, or one of those, like a pashmina, a shawl, just something that makes your outfit pop a bit. And you really could wear the black pants, and again, it's not going to be a big deal. There might be on your ship a night where you dress up, and of course, always check your morning. They slip it under the door at night. You're telling you what's going to happen the next day, what to expect, and so that's a good thing. But don't go crazy. It's really, in my opinion, and the opinion of lots of cruise people, to just choose 5 items that are basic, and then accentuate with accessories. And that's, by the way, how French women always look so beautiful. They have mastered the art of accessorizing. They know they know their bodies, and they know what looks good. So don't experiment too much when you're on a cruise. Just do things that you love, and you can always pick things up, as on the little shops as you land in different exotic places. Right, another thing: arrive at your embarkation point a day early. Most of the ships do leave afternoon, 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and so you've got all day if you arrive first thing in the morning. But the advice is, if you can, get there a day early and get a hotel, nice inexpensive bed and breakfast or a little Airbnb, and just settle. You know, get into the town, a new city, and just settle, have a dinner, maybe sort your bags out a little bit, and then fresh and, you know, new in the morning, go off to board the boat. That's an important piece of advice. Another thing that Nancy suggests is to always secure your stateroom. Now, you know, I mean, I know we all want to be so trusting and everyone's so honest, but just make sure you put your valuables in the safe, and also that you just maybe have a little system for watching, maybe even a little alarm system for someone trying to open the door. You usually have locks on the doors, so I guess, you know, just always be on the safe side, and you know, just take care of yourself. Well, I mean, I know we're us 60-year-old women are so trusting, right? We just think the whole world is just good, and that's kind of me, my Pollyanna lens. But truly, when you're traveling anywhere, just always travel defensively, and that's important. Another thing that's important when you're traveling, I think we're at number 8 here, is to always keep your hands clean. And of course, we know why. Of course, these germs pass very, very easily on a big ship. I've never been on a, well, actually, that's not true. The Holland America was a big ship. But, you know, just nothing better than washing your hands. That's the best. So wash whenever you think of it. But also, of course, you can carry sanitizer. And most importantly, like when you're going down steps, just imagine that everybody else has got their hands on those railings. So those are the things at the bottom of a long stairway, and there's plenty of those on boats. Just put the hand sanitizer on, and just be aware. You want to stay healthy. Nothing worse than being sick on a boat. So just take care with that. Nancy has some ideas and some thoughts about shore excursions. Now, personally, I'm not hesitant about going on a shore excursion by myself. Well, when I say excursion, I mean just venturing off, getting a taxi, going into the center of town, walking around. But the advice, if it's a first time for you, or you're a little bit nervous about your mobility, or just being new to the town or city, is just go with a group. If you don't want to do one of the paid excursions, or even the free excursions on Viking, there's always a free one. I mean, on some cruise lines, you pay for everything. So that's another thing to be careful. That, you know, Viking, for example, doesn't really, in my opinion, nickel and dime you. They just tell you what you get free, and you then have options. So make sure that you're conscious of where you're going with who on a group excursion. And of course, the final one to think about is not to overindulge. Honestly, the food on cruises can be extravagantly beautiful. And it's so tempting to get a plate and just load it up with all kinds of cool stuff, because it's just new food. Someone else has prepared it, so it's really exciting. And the food is usually quite unique. But just take it easy. Don't overindulge for your weight, your health, and of course, watch the alcohol consumption. A lot of places, I mean, Viking again gives you free drinks at lunch and dinner, but you have to pay for extra, like 1 glass. So if you're going to go with the drinks programs that a lot of the cruises offer, where it's kind of unlimited drinking for a huge amount of money, but some people want that freedom, just be aware of being careful with overdoing it with drinks. So that's it. I mean, those are the little tips that I would make, and I always apply when I go on a cruise. They've come in really handy. And the other thing is just to have fun. And so my question for you today is, you know, do you have any cruise tips or tricks that you'd like to share with our community? I know a lot of our women have gone on cruises, so please tell us if you've done a cruise and you've got something that you think is useful to share. And I would like to share one little thing with you, which is my hat. This is my cruise hat. And I love this hat. It's big enough to sort of keep the sun out, but it's also kind of cute. I like it. So here's my cruise hat. Oh, it's got a little bow at the side. So have a wonderful day, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed this little chat about cruises. And again, if you've got some tips, share them with us. And I will see you all again really soon. Bye-bye for now.